Good morning, dear classmates. Today my group made up of Aranza Cortés, Guido Venegas, Marcelo Urrea, and the speaker Kevin Arroyo. We are going to talk about the appendix of the human body arm. This appendix is divided into three main parts: arm, forearm, and yen. Appendix made up bones, ligaments, joints, and various small muscles allow for joint range of motion. Now I leave you with my partner Marcelo Urrea.
The arm is attached to the body proximally thanks to the scapula, a flat bone in the shape of a scalene triangle with a small cavity where the humerus is inserted. The arm is made up of a long bone called the humerus. This is the site of a multiple muscle attachments, both thoracopendicular and intrinsic to the upper limb. More distally in the forearm, we find the radius and ulna bones. The ulna is a long bone that faces to the body in the anatomical position. The radius is located right next to the ulna and points to the outside of the body. Even more distally, we find the carpal bones. These are 8 small bones that are wrapped in ligaments and tendons. A little more distally, we find the 5 metacarpal bones. These are long and cylindrical bones. And finally, at the edge of the hand, we find the bones of the phalanges. In total, we have 14 phalanges per hand. Now I leave you with my partner Guido Venegas.
To unite the three sections of the arm, the body as the system of bony joints. In the arm, we can find almost 30 different joints, but we will focus on naming the most visible joints that have the highest degree of the mobility. Proximally in the shoulders, we find the glenohumeral joint. This is joint the head of the humerus to the glenoid cavity of the scapula. This is a joint the synovial type and the of the spheroid subtype. That is, it can perform flexion, extension, adduction, abduction, circumduction, and rotations. Towards the forearm, we can find the humerus ulnar joint, a synovial joint of the Ingles subtype. This is only allows flexion extension of the elbow. Right next to this, we can find the radio-ulnar joint and pivot subtype joint that allows pronosupinations of the forearm. In the most distal epiphysis of the radius, we find the radiocarpal joint. This is of the condylar subtype, so it allows the hand to perform flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, and circumduction movements. Finally, the bones of the fingers of the hand have a condylar subtype, joined with the metacarpal bones, and hingle subtype, joined with each other.
And all these joints can move only thanks to the force exerted by the muscles. The upper limb has about 50 muscles that allow it to perform flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, and rotational movements, as well as complex movements such as circumduction. Some of the muscles that allow the arm to move are the pectoralis major, latissimus dorsi, and deltoid. Among the muscles that allow flexing and extending the elbow joint we find the bicep brachii, the brachioradialis, the anconeus, and the tricep brachii. On the anterior part of the forearm we find the flexion muscles of the fingers and the carpus, while on the back of the forearm we find the extensor muscle.
Everything raises above was based on the investigation of Anderson M.K., Alicia Martin, and Susan Jean Hall, of whom we could not find a photo.
Thanks for your attention.